Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Tune in daily for great books, covering all the best books worldwide for you. Today I'm introducing a then or so classic with an intriguing title, The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. We've all encountered or at least heard about individuals with neurological disorders in daily life.
They might be Tourette's syndrome patients loudly talking to themselves in parks while making exaggerated movements. They could be autistic children who avoid eye contact but create astonishing artworks.
They often appear as memorable characters in movies and TV shows. Like Dustin Hoffman's character in Rain Man, these are all people with neurological conditions. How do you feel when encountering them?
Nervous, scared, pity.
If you read The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat, you'll realize these reactions might be unnecessary, because these individuals are still living their lives actively. Their lifestyles might seem unconventional, but they're unique individuals with emotions, humanity, and souls, just like you. The author of The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat is Oliver Sacks. Born in Britain in 1933, he studied medicine at Queen's College, Oxford, then practiced neurology at UCLA. Settling in New York from 1965, Sacks was both an outstanding neurologist and top-tier writer. He excelled at transforming clinical cases into profound humanistic stories through literary nonfiction. His works gained international acclaim, with the New York Times calling him the poet laureate of medicine, this book being his masterpiece. The 180,000-word book has 24 chapters. We'll help you grasp it from 3 perspectives. In my view, great science writing should meet at least one of 3 criteria. First, satisfy curiosity. Second, fulfill intellectual hunger. Third, refresh worldviews. As top-tier science writing, this book delivers all 3. First, it reveals the inner worlds of people with neurological conditions. The book details 24 case studies of patients with neurological disorders. As their physician, Sacks shares extraordinary stories, including the titular case of mistaking a wife for a hat. Take Dr. P, an accomplished musician teaching at a conservatory.
He couldn't recognize students due to proprioception, face blindness, yet perceived faces in inanimate objects. He would pat fire hydrants or parking meters, mistaking them for children's heads. At home, he conversed with decorative furniture knobs.
During his first consultation with Dr. Sacks, he attempted to put his wife's head on as a hat before giving up. Dr. P sometimes used deductive reasoning. When handed a flower, he described its geometry before identifying it. About 6 inches long, red spiral structure attached to green linear component, lacking platonic symmetry. Eventually concluding, this must be a flower. What caused this condition?
A tumor in Dr. P's visual cortex caused severe perceptual impairment.
His facial object recognition was devastated, while left brain functions remained intact. The intact left brain enabled logical analysis. The damaged right brain prevented contextual understanding. This case challenged neurology's dogma of left brain superiority. The outdated hierarchy viewed right brain functions as primitive survival skills, while considering left brain capabilities as uniquely advanced human traits. This bias shaped and pursues historical focus on left brain research. Dr. P's story fundamentally disrupted this entrenched paradigm. Dr. P's case challenges classical neurology, revealing the absurdity of perceiving only abstract categories while losing emotional concreteness and personalized perception. This demonstrates the necessity for balanced development of both brain hemispheres. Now let's examine another patient who suddenly acquired superhuman abilities.
Stephen developed hyperexcitability from drug use at age 22.
He dreamt of transforming into a dog, then awoke with canine olfactory abilities. He could navigate New York by smell, recognize people through scent, and detect emotional states. This hypersomnia typically occurs during the Almweim surges in excited states. Rather than enhance smell, it's actually reduced neural inhibition of olfactory processing. Freud attributed olfactory suppression to human upright posture and repressed primal sexuality. Dr. Sachs rejected Freud's interpretation, finding no special link between smell and sexuality. He proposed, human evolution required suppressing primal senses to develop civilization.
Stephen's canine abilities disappeared after 3 weeks. He felt relief mixed with loss returning to normal human perception. "I'm glad to be normal, but it's also a profound loss," he told doctors.
Civilization makes us sacrifice primal abilities we still fundamentally need. Second, the book satisfies intellectual curiosity through accessible science communication, like re-examining brain hemisphere functions via Dr. P's case. It makes complex neuroscience concepts understandable to general readers. For instance, multiple case studies explore memory mechanisms. These include patients with extraordinary recall abilities and those trapped in perpetual present. Through these narratives, readers gain new perspectives on cognitive science fundamentals. Memory might be one of the most familiar neurological concepts to people. We often say memory declines with age, common wisdom based on daily experience. But Sachs reveals memory's true complexity beyond surface understanding. How can someone perceive sounds, smells, colors without corresponding senses? Through preserved sensory memory, like Beethoven composing while deaf.
Phantom limb syndrome shows persistent neural memory of missing body parts. Some amputees feel non-existent limbs decades after surgery. More remarkably, phantom pain can feel excruciatingly real.
Elderly patients sometimes experience overwhelming musical hallucinations. These vivid yet unfamiliar melodies originate from childhood memories, triggered by temporal lobe epilepsy activating buried recollections. Our brains preserve every conscious experience, like eternal recordings. Electrical brain stimulation can unleash Proustian memory floods. Any fragment of lived experience remains neurologically preserved. Rather than fearing memory loss, appreciate our brain's perfect archives. Sachs dedicates special attention to autism spectrum conditions. Autism's etiology remains debated. Mental illness neurodivergence, natural variation. Some consider it psychological, others see neurological developmental difference. As leading neurologist, Sachs approached autism with deep professional respect. His work humanized neurological differences through compassionate observation. Sachs documents an autistic child with extraordinary artistic talent. Without formal training, his spontaneous works radiate raw vitality and artistic intensity. Why can autistic children create such remarkable art? Dr. Sachs explains through dual relational frameworks. Autistic individuals' perception remains internally anchored, unaffected by external influences.
They lack horizontal relationships, social, cultural connections,
but maintain vertical relationships with nature and fundamental truths. Similar to some with cerebral palsy, they grasp reality through concrete forms. Their intense focus enables profound immersion and recreation of singular subjects. This creative process transforms them into naturalist artists. Through these cases, Sachs redefines neurological differences, not deficits, but distinct modes of being.
Conventional views equate disease with suffering and limitation.
But neurological patients actively construct meaningful lives within their realities. They remain complete individuals with unique personhood and humanity. Their resilient world building demonstrates extraordinary adaptability. Sachs advocates paradigm shift, brain function as dynamic ecosystem, constantly reorganizing through neuroplasticity to meet biological needs. The autistic artist finds truth through unfiltered sensory channels. Dr. P navigates life through musical cognition, despite visual agnosia. As the proverb says, when one door closes, another opens. Through Dr. Sachs' observations, we witness patients demonstrating remarkable adaptability amidst neurological transformations. These clinical narratives reveal humanity's potential to evolve extraordinary life forms through perceived limitations. This work transcends medical chronicles. It's fundamentally about life's resilience. These aren't just patient stories, but universal human experiences. Third perspective: paradigm-shifting philosophical implications. Beyond science communication, this book offers philosophical consolation through neurological journeys. Cases like Dr. P and Stephen caution against overvaluing human intellect. Traditional hierarchy, bigornizing abstract rationality, proves incomplete. Sachs emphasizes equal importance of sensory, emotional, and spiritual capacities.
Some cannot grasp conceptual worlds yet retain full human depth.
Their imaginative richness equals any intellectual achievement. Concrete perceptual abilities hold profound meaning, rivaling abstract thought.
Consider Rebecca spatially challenged, yet emotionally profound.
Her capacity for love burned brighter than cognitive limitations. She cherished her grandmother with extraordinary devotion.
The cold isn't outside. Winter lives in my heart like death. She grieved.
She fully embraced sorrow, while gradually healing through it.
It's winter now. I feel dead, but I know spring will come again, she said.
Emotionally, Rebecca lived fully, despite cognitive limitations. Dr. Sachs believed spiritual focus sustains humanity beyond intellectual capacity. He prioritized patients' spiritual well-being over neurological symptoms.
2典型案例 Jimmy with severe amnesia and Thompson with confabulation. Jimmy's consciousness, fragmented Thompson, created bizarre fictional worlds.
Even in extreme cases, spiritual peace remained attainable. Religion anchored Jimmy. Church brought him transient wholeness. Thompson found solace in hospital gardens away from social demands. Published in 1985, Sachs' insights resonate profoundly in the AI era.
Human cognition pales against AI's computational prowess.
Impending AI dominance threatens human cognitive superiority. Sachs offers hope. Human, neural capabilities preserve our essence. Our dancing capacities maintain spiritual depth amid technological upheaval. As long as we nurture emotional intelligence, humanity endures. This concludes our exploration. Find key notes below. See you tomorrow.